Hmm? Good morning, Mr. Mosey on.
Behavior, no one can keep us from that. But you look at it, struggle. Certainly you can ask that question in this pandemic. Why do we struggle through this?
Hello, Mr. Mosey on.
Morning. Vice Chair Leonard, can you hear me? Vice Chair?
Mr. Mose, I didn't quite catch that. Can you say that again?
Yes, sir. We got 5 members online. Everybody's present except Chair. If you want to start, that's up to you, sir.
Okay, give me one moment. Okay, it's 10:14 a.m. I'll go ahead and call the meeting to order. And Mr. Mose, can you do a roll call?
Yes, sir. Honorable Paul P. Jr. Here. Honorable Fernell Valona. Honorable Fernell Valona. Honorable Rosa Slater.
Present.
Honorable Charlene Stowe.
I am present. Thank you.
Very much. Honorable Daniel D. Stowe. Honorable Daniel D. Stowe. Honorable S. J. Wanika. Here. Sir. Vice Chair, we have 4 members. Constant quorum.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mose. Shanella, Delegate Begay, can you provide an invocation for us this morning?
He's in another meeting right now.
Okay. Oh, geez. Delegate Wanika, can you provide an invocation for us?
Okay. Thank you, Vice Chair. Go ahead. Yada di nation, so there's an yada di nation the baby. Heavenly Father, we come before you this morning. We're so thankful for a beautiful new day, another opportunity for us to take care of the things we need. We're thankful for one another, for the support that we have for one another. We're so thankful to be here at Isnaspan. So thankful for the safety of our travel here this morning. Thankful for all the responsibilities that we have and for the positions that we've been voted into. have a responsibility to address issues that pertain to Navajo Nation. At this time now, we're here to address concerns relating to the school. Be with us that we might address these issues, might be able to resolve the concerns of the people. We're so thankful for the people that are here with us now. We might be able to understand one another, that we might be able to address the concerns that they have. We're so thankful for the leadership that we have within our nation, our president, vice president, council delegates, and the leaders at the local level, the chapter presidents, the chapter vice, their treasurers, and the school board. We're so thankful for our people within the nation. Father, bless them with health and strength and courage to continue to provide for themselves and for their families. Father, I know that we're going through this pandemic. It's really been a hardship on the people. We lost a lot of our loved ones, Father. Bless them that they might be able to be comforted, that they might be able to, with healing hands, that they might overcome whatever problems they're going through. Bless us that we might help each other by taking care of the things we need to do, by keeping our distances and also wearing our masks so that we can help each other to be safe. Father, be with us in all that we do, and be with us now as we address the items on the agenda, that we might be able to resolve them in a manner that be pleasing in thy sight. Be with us throughout the rest of the day, and be with us when the time comes so we might return to our homes in safety. Humbly pray in thy Son's name, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Okay, we'll move on to number 2, recognize guests and visiting officials. Thank you to everyone who has called in this morning and will be participating or listening in on this Health Education Human Services Committee special meeting in Tisnaspas and via virtual telecommunications. So we'll move on to number 4, review and adopt the journals. There are none. And then we'll move on to, I guess we skipped announcements, so I'll pause for a moment. Committee members, are there announcements that you'd like to share with the audience or with your colleagues?
Mr. Chair, Mr. Vice Chair.
Yes, Ms. Manali?
Yes, can you hear me? There's an echo.
Yeah, there's a really strong echo.
There were 2 emails from the BIE schools administration. I did forward them to. You are muted. I turned off my. Is yours muted?
Are you speaking now?
My identity in who I was. And we're trying to find our identity in.
Okay, just an FYI to those in Tisnaspas, we cannot hear you if you are speaking, but we'll wait. It sounds like you were just trying to figure out this echo, etc.
Okay.
Was that Miss Benali? Could I get an acknowledgement from someone that you can hear me? Maybe it's on my end that this is not coming through.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, well, there definitely still is that echo issue. But Ms. Benali, would you like to try and say what you were saying earlier?
Mrs. Vice Chair, can you hear me?
Yes.
I did receive an email from Mr. Walter Coulter, who's the BIE administration of the Navajo area BIE office. He wrote that, we don't have a copy of the concern about, people that has had some people like it in writing. But I did indicate to him that there was no, following through on the complaint, personnel issue or complaint, that we want to, we should separately counsel. Had requested, discuss issues of the personnel contributions to administration and talk to them first for a formal issue prior to the administration. But we didn't, I didn't understand that you were going through the EIE formal process. And that was used to I also received an email from Ms. Malone, who is the acting deputy director of Emily Artiso. And it served 90 days to acting deputy director. And she also declined that she's not available for this week. But what they were listening to concerns were about
Okay, yeah, that came in pretty choppy, Ms. Benali, but I think what you're saying is BIE responded saying that they're going to decline participation in today's meeting. And with that said, I had jumped ahead to number 4 and we had skipped over number 3. So are you advising then that we would delete let's see here, 5B? Or do you see anything else that's implicated in the agenda that we need to amend? Did you catch that? Ms. Benali, committee members, can you hear me?
Vice Chair, this is Manuel Rico. I can hear you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Rico. Perhaps they're having connection issues over there. I'm not getting any response. Mr. Mose?
Vice Chair Slater.
Yes, Delegate Wanika.
Yes, I guess we need to adopt the agenda so that we can be reimbursed for expenses. But we were seeing there's some people here. There's about 5 or 6 people within the community that are here. And then also from Doty, Derek Franklin is here. So I don't know what we should do because, and then I don't know if Charlene is on the air because we would probably follow her recommendations, but she's not here. Thank you, Vice Chair.
Vice Chair, this is Delegate So.
Good morning, Delegate So.
Good morning.
Let me offer a couple comments here. So what I was asking about was under our agenda 5B, it has a response from BIE/the school. And that's where, because Ms. Benali informed the committee and we've seen the email correspondence that they won't be participating in today's meeting, you know, I think we should delete that item off the agenda and then we can continue with 5A. Then, you know, the new 5B would be item C, and that's from the board. And then item D is from the community. So I just wanted to remind everyone that's the agenda. So we're having a discussion on the agenda. Delegate So, you're recognized.
Okay. My primary concern at this point, Chair, is like right now I'm in quarantine and I can barely hear both discussions that are happening. And then I'm sure that some of our callers are in confusion. So how can this be fixed? Because the primary focus was to have it there at Spa School, but they weren't accommodating to that. I'm seeking a solution. I'm not too sure if Ms. Benally can kind of fix the communication errors that are happening, because the only thing I hear is your voice and as you're carrying on this discussion. Thank you.
Okay, but Delegate, so are you fine with the agenda as I went through? I mean, we'll have Ms. Benally or read it into the record, but under 5A, it's Doty leading off, and then we would delete the section from BIE because they're not participating, and then it would go to the board, and then it would go to community concern. So I think the committee is asking for your advisement on that before we go in and formally do the agenda.
Chair, with HESI and the authority that we do retain at this point, I would like to have BIE on the call, and I think that's very crucial as we continue with today's statements. I don't think that we should mark it off the agenda, although they're not participating. If it's okay, could you make the directive to have them get on the call, or at least a representative?
Yes, we can send out another email to them, but I just see this letter from December 6th. So, that was yesterday. It was addressed to Chair So from Walter Coulter. And I'll go ahead and read the letter just for everyone's information. So, Honorable Chairman Daniel So, I've been made aware that the Health Education and Human Services Committee, parentheses HESI, contacted Dr. Russell on December 3rd, 2021, requesting that she appear before the HESI on Tuesday, December 7th, 2021. It's my understanding that this meeting is a continuation of HESI's attempt to schedule a meeting regarding Tisnaspas Community Schools personnel practices. It is my further understanding that a written complaint has not been submitted to the principal or to BIE management regarding this issue. As expressed in my September 29th, 2021 and November 8th, 2021 letters to the HESI, if the committee would be willing to share the concern and the source of the concern, I'd be more than willing to investigate the issue. Under BIE's direction, Dr. Russell will be declining the opportunity to host and or attend the HESI meeting scheduled for December 7th, 2021. The reason for declining the meeting is due to the fact that all personnel matters involving BIE employees are to be addressed by the agency without knowing what the complaint is involving, and for the BIE not knowing how to properly respond to the complaint does not allow the agency adequate time to review. If you have any questions and or need additional information, please feel free to contact me at 928-871-5972 or 921-245-8797. Regards, Walter Coulter. So that's what I was referring to, and that's what I wanted to just remind the committee that had been sent out to the committee, and then Ms. Benally has sent out the other correspondences from the 29th and from November 8th. So I'm not, the chair is going to request Ms. Benally to fulfill item 3 now and read the proposed agenda into the record. Ms. Benally or Mr. Mose, could you unmute and read the agenda into the record? I can read it into the record if you're still having communication issues. Do we have any delegates who are present there?
Mr. Vice Chair, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, I apologize, but it's gonna echo.
Okay, since it's a lot of reading and there's a lot of echoing, I'll just go ahead and read it. And if you guys can keep trying to figure out how to mitigate the echo, that'd be great. I think the key is just to have one person connected to the call and hand the phone around and wipe it down when you hand it around, because if there's any audio, if anyone, even if they're not on speakerphone, but they're just, you can hear the faintest amount, it's going to echo into other calls. So proposed agenda, Health, Education, Human Services Committee, 24th Navajo Nation Council, special meeting, December 7, 2021, 10 a.m. Presiding, Honorable Daniel So, Chairperson, Honorable Carl R. Slater, Vice Chairperson, Place, Tisnaspas Chapter, Tisnaspas Navajo Nation in the state of Arizona, via telecommunications. The source of that's in Window Rock. 1, call meeting to order. Roll call, invocation, announcements. 2, recognize guests and visiting officials. 3, review and adopt the agenda. 4, review and adopt the journals. None. 5, receiving report A regarding Tisnaspas Community School overview written complaint process adhered to respective 2 complaints, comments, presenters, Health, Education, Human Services Committee, available for discussion. Ms. Patricia Ghani, Acting Superintendent of Schools, Doty. Mr. Derek Franklin, Educational Program Manager, Office of Internet Accountability and Compliance, parentheses, ODAC. B, response to Tisnaspas Community School. Response, plan to implementation, reconciliation, corrective measures, and timelines, adhering to the BIE personnel policies and procedures. Presenter, Dr. Karina Russell, Principal. C, response from the local governance school board. Presenters, Tisnaspas Community School Board, parentheses, invited, Herman Farley, Harry So, Lucille Cody, Arlene Howard. D, comments from the community, presenter, local chapters, Tisnaspas chapter, parents and community members. 6, old business, none. 7, new business, none. 8, close of meeting, announcements, adjournment. Next meeting, regular meeting Wednesday. I think this is supposed to read December 8th, not November 8th, 2021. So the chair will entertain a motion to adopt the agenda at this time.
I will motion.
Okay, the chair recognizes a motion from Delegate Charlene So. Is there a second, colleagues? Colleagues of the chapter?
Vice Chair, this is Leonard, Honorable Wanika, second.
Okay, so the chair recognizes a motion from Delegate So and a second from Delegate Wanika. Committee members, do you have any additions, deletions, amendments? Going twice? Going 3 times? Mr. Mose, can you do a roll call vote for adopting the agenda?
All right, sir. Honorable Paul Begay Jr. Honorable Paul Begay Jr. votes green. Honorable Pernell Halona. Honorable Pernell Halona votes green. Honorable Charlene So. Honorable Charlene So.
I vote green.
Honorable Charlene So votes green. Honorable Daniel E. So. Honorable S. J. Wanika. Honorable Esther David Nika votes green. Vice Chair, vote of 4 in favor, 0 opposed.
Thank you, committee members. So at this time, the way the meeting is going to move forward, we have 5A regarding Tisnaspas Community School, or I apologize. We're going to move to item 4, review and adopt the journals. There are none, so we're going to move past that point. Now we're on item 5, receiving report. A, regarding Tisnaspas Community School, overview, written complaint, process adhered to, respective to complaints, comments, presenters, Health Education Human Services Committee. So I think the way this will move forward is that Delegate Charlene So will be the presenter to convey the purpose for this meeting. And then there is Mr. Franklin, who I believe is available for discussion. So Delegate So, I'm going to recognize you at this time.
Thank you, Pro Tem Chair, HESI committee members, and the audience there. I apologize. I had every intention to be there today, but yesterday we got a phone call that my niece was exposed to COVID. So now we are in quarantine awaiting our test results. So for the safety of the community, I'm keeping my distance. And today, in regards to the discussion, I have been reached out by some faculty members, some teachers, and this is in concern to one of the leaders at Tisnaspas School, primarily the principal, Dr. Russell, and the complaints posed against her. I know that this is the one that I have been dealing with since the late August. And as we have been trying to schedule meetings to get these problems and accusations mitigated, it has dragged on this far. We have teachers that are scared of retaliation. We have teachers and faculty members that are scared to speak to someone and letting them know of the abuse of authority, mistreatment, favoritism to the school, faculty members and teachers, staff. And I know that I've had several phone calls, and some of those notes of complaints I have forwarded to you, HESI members. And I have sent the same ones again just now so that you guys have a fresh copy, and I'm not too sure if you've all had the chance to review them. And with these concerns, if we can forward them to Mr. Derek Franklin as we continue with this discussion. And right now, my primary concern is with the students, of how BIE has not directed attention to it, and the students, of how they are being affected by this. We have teachers and faculty members that are assuming more than one position and taking on as maintenance, groundskeeper, residential hall advisors, and just that mistreatment of somebody being a teacher and then having them do yard work when that's not in their capacity to do so, but rather it's being seen as punishment. And so those kind of behaviors does affect our students' learning environment. It is quite a shame that when it comes to something like this, it is our students that suffer. And usually, you know, we don't like to bring out any problems into the spotlight. But when it comes to students, I feel that it is necessary to step in to make sure these environments are safe. They are a fun, enjoyable learning environment. And right now, as we move forward, I know that some teachers just texted me this morning, and I did forward it to the committee members. And I will quote the text as I read word for word. We were given a gag order by Karina Russell. She told all staff we cannot go to the board or any chapter. This was Friday at the staff meeting. And why is there a person in the position where she is supposed to set an example? Why are our teachers being treated this way? Why are the faculty members and staff there being treated in such a way that they're not appreciated? And the students, when a teacher is pulled out of a classroom to do other work, a student is not going to learn the curriculum that was set for them that day. A student will fall behind. And this goes on to say, what does the board know? And I know that some teachers have been scared to reach out to some board members as well. And they felt like they have nowhere else to go. So they turned to Health Education Human Service to assist, and with the respective people there. And on the phone call, I am asking to, come forth. I told the people, the teachers, the staff, the faculty, that I would do my best to help mitigate these problems and solve them and provide options. But right now, as we're in the middle of a pandemic, we are facing shortage in a lot of occupation and people with great teaching experience. These are the teachers that have been guiding generation after generation, and their children take on after that. So at this point in this pandemic, we cannot afford to lose any teachers, and we're trying to somewhat restore normalcy for our students, but it is such a challenge. And this kind of example and problem sets that. So I would like to open the floor to give our stakeholders, our board, our teachers, our parents, the faculty at TSOSPAS the opportunity to speak and to give their statement. And that's how I would like to proceed forth, Pro Tem Chair, Vice Chair, and my HESI colleagues. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Delegate So. I'm going to ask for, and it looks like we have a number calling in 480, and then the last three digits are 657. Could you please mute yourself, because we can hear your phone on the committee meeting. Thank you. Okay, so at this time, I'm going to ask Delegate Wanika or Delegate Halona if they can serve as Chair Pro Tem, because they're at the chapter and are there with the community members and then with Mr. Franklin as well.
Chair, can you hear? Okay.
We can hear you, Delegate Wanika, but there is a very strong repeating echo. Okay. Do we have committee members at the chapter who are trying to figure out how to remove the echo, or?
Vice Chair, can you hear us now? 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 Vice Chair, can you hear us now?
I can hear you, yes.
What now? Is it clear now? Clear now? It's just me.
Yes, I can still hear you.
Okay.
Chapter said they received that. Chapter said they
Complain.
Yeah, but it's not signed though.
Sarah, can you hear me now?
I can hear you, Delegate Wanika.
Okay, I'll go ahead and, chair, I guess. Since I'm over here, there's three of us here, Delegate McGay and Delegate Halona is here with us. And then, Darren Franklin is here. So maybe one of the things we can do is, go ahead and have an introduction. So we'll know who's all here. We know Darren Franklin, so. Introduce that person. How old is Shadow? Oh. Oh. O data on street ya e bayar ilki o data on street beniya aro shenda di bayar ki shay bayar ilki dole akoshi oh Agoshina way the back. 것이 school board에도 사도 녹색이야. 또 올타데도 클래스는 다스는샤데. 그다음에 그로 community 데야 members 데야래야. 그것이 그다음에 저 레올 타디고 태시다서 반대 뒤로래. 컨디션 가신 소 나한테 ben나시 그 태긴 히스파 다우슨 소 그 에리아 그 에로래. Okay, Vice Chair, I will go ahead and continue with the agenda. We just had the introduction from the people, and most of the people that are here are the community members. There's really nobody from the school. But I guess on the agenda, it says comments from the community. We'll probably end up going to that, but before we go there, I think it'd be good to give some time. Is that okay? Okay. Before we go there, maybe give some time to our Doty staff, Derek Franklin. Maybe you can just say, give us some information as far as what you know about the Navajo school.
Shache, I think that's right. I mean, that's what I was trying to get at on the agenda is that, you know, we'll follow the agenda and then there's an item there, which would be, I think, the new C for community members to speak up and share what they want to share. So, but we should hear from Mr. Franklin first so he can kind of set the parameters of what is available, et cetera. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Vice Chair. Go ahead. Derek.
Education management. An email from Andy Thomas. Instruction document.
On the how an investigation happens at a BIE operated school. I just kind of want to give that rundown so everybody has an understanding of how school under the BIE can be investigated for community concerns. So you know we have the Navajo Nation intervention policy that was passed by the Education Committee back in 2008. That document is how the Navajo Nation can intervene when there is community concern. But that only applies basically to Public Law 10297 or Public Law 9338 schools. That's grant or contract schools that are located on the Navajo Nation. In any case, BIE operated school. When it's applied to the BIE operated school on the Navajo Nation, we have to consult with BIE leadership. So in this case, it would be Karen Malone, Emily Arvizo, and Dr. Walter Coulter, who's assigned to work with Tucson Community Schools. They have to investigate what the concerns are for the community before Doty can intervene. And this was the guidance that was given to Department of Education when there was a situation over at Tiger Boarding School. Doty wanted to intervene. BIE said, hold on, this is our school. We run this school. So the DOJ, Department of Justice said, you have to let BIE investigate the school to hopefully to correct the problem. So in this case, we have not received any documents until today. I just received them today of community concerns that are at Tucson Community School. So we have to give time to Dr. Coulter and his team to investigate the situation before board authority can intervene. We can go in a cooperative, agreement to work on this situation together if BIE chooses to do so. But at the end of their investigation, BIE will come up, will bring a document, a written report, whether the allegations are substantiated or unsubstantiated. They have to investigate the situation. Anything that community members have a concern with, it has to be put in writing. Okay? If it's a severe retaliation, under Navajo Nation law, there is confidentiality. For the teachers, if they have an issue, they can sign the document, submit the document to the ethics committee, but if there's fear of retaliation, then the concern still has to go to BIE, maybe with the inclusion of the name. That's something that we have to discuss with the Department of Justice. But there is a confidentiality clause in community members of the Navajo Nation presenting their concerns on the issue. So at this point in time, again, for the record, I have myself nor acting superintendent Ms. Patricia Gotti we have not received any concerns in writing from the community that we can discuss with the BIE. So I just received a document today, but it is a 2-page document, but there's no signature or names from the community members. But we'll take this and we'll speak with the BIE, or we will hand it over to the BIE to discuss this matter. Mr. Vice Chair, this is Derek Franklin.
Okay, thank you, Derek. Appreciate the information. And the information you gave us is very important, because it seems that right now we're doing something contrary to the policies that are in place. We're addressing the issue without a complaint being filed. So, and then you can't really give us any specific information because you haven't done any investigation. So it makes it really hard. The only part of the agenda it looks like we can address is comments from the community. That's about it. Other than that, we don't have any specific issues to address. I don't know if our HES member, Honorable Charlene Sue, if you feel, we're kind of jumping the gun at this time, but I know it's important to address this because what you mentioned, and according that the most important thing is the children. There's no question if there's a problems with the staff or the principal or whatever, the school, it affects the children also. So for that reason, there's no question we need to address this. But right now, we just don't have a basis to address, and that would have been the complaint, using that to address the concern. So Vice Chair, that's where we're at right now.
Vice Chair, can you hear Honorable Anita?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. I'm sorry, things went blank over on my end, so I think my internet went on the fritz. Can you summarize what it was that you just, it was Mr. Franklin, I think?
Yeah, Mr. Franklin talked about the policies as far as addressing concerns. And based on a formal complaint that is filed, they do an investigation. And based on the investigation, then we can go into what the issues are. But right now, there's really no complaint filed. There was a complaint, we got a complaint just now, but there's no signature on there. The only thing it says on there is it's not supposed community staff members. That's all it says, but there's no signature as far as any of the staff is concerned. So we're saying that it seems like it's kind of hard to address this without going through the proper process. And even Mr. Franklin doesn't have all the information because there wasn't a complaint. If there was a complaint, he would have used that to investigate what the issues are. So he couldn't even do that. So what we're saying is it seems like the only thing we can do right now is get the comments from the communities, the people that are here, as far as any information that they have. At least we would have that, Vice Chair.
Thank you, Delegate Wanika. Yeah, I mean, that's what has transpired over the past, or I guess since September. And that's what both Doty, the BIE, and our committee chair have been requesting as something formal, and made that advisement to the requester for the report and for the meeting. So I think while that's true, there's also item, is it 5B, where it says from the board? I mean, we did put them on the agenda, so that's where you can listen to the community, but you could also listen to the board if they're there. But Pro Tem, that's why I'm handing it off to you to finish this out.
Yeah, the chair, Vice Chair, there's no board members. They're just community members are the only ones that are here.
Okay. Well, you know, they have an opportunity to submit something in writing there, I suppose. Or if, I don't know if Mr. Franklin accepts things if they're recorded, if people provide oral testimony. But Chair Pro Tem, you know, I handed it off to you, and you can continue as you see fit. And if you would like to recognize Delegate Charlene So to come in and speak to this, then that might be appropriate as well.
Okay, thank you, Vice Chair. I'll go ahead and give the floor to Honorable Paul Begay.
Thank you, Pro Tem Chair. I think this is, we are on the record right now, and we don't want to make a hasty decision, not decision necessarily, but we're here as a committee to try and make recommendations on issues that might be coming up or being brought up. And again, to me, I agree that there has not been a formal complaint. If there was a formal complaint written in writing, then the Department of Education would do their job in investigating. And based on those investigations, HESI can then be informed and then make recommendations. So what I'm saying is I'd hate to, it doesn't seem right. We're not doing things in order. As a matter of fact, we're doing it backwards, I think. We're trying to seek remedies and make recommendations without proper investigation happening. My suggestion is that since there's no representative from the school board or the school administration, we only have community members here. We can hear from the community members and then leave out the any consideration, any recommendations to this matter, these complaints. Thank you, Pro Tem Chair.
Thank you, Delegate Begay. Any other comments from the committee members? If not, the question from Vice Chair Derek, can the comments from the community be considered as complaints. Okay. Derek says, what you question, Vice Chair, is that it can be considered as complaints. Those comments that will be made. So we'll probably just go ahead and go to getting comments from community members. Go ahead, Delegate. So you have the floor.
Thank you. Just at this possible alternative as well, once we are done hearing from the community, could we set, I know that there's no basis right now. I think the primary target, I guess, the people that are concerned and doing this accusation, they need to pretty much come forward and make it official. So, you know, I don't know if it's kind of out of line. I know there's no basis of an investigation call for, but would it be proper to have the Jody, Mr. Franklin, just do a site visit to Tisans, just to do a just informal, you know, hey, I'm here, you know your policies and procedures, because I don't think that they're fully aware of those opportunities, and those, I think they're just scared of being retaliated against at this point. Chair, if maybe a site visit is something that we can possibly do as well. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Delegate. I think he made it very clear that he can't really do anything without a formal complaint. There is a complaint that was filed this morning with us, but the only thing is there's no signature on there. So if whoever filed this if they could sign it, I know they're afraid of retaliation, and I guess that's the reason why they didn't sign it. So, but we'll go ahead and talk to Derek about that, and if it's possible, maybe he can use that to go to the schools and get some additional information, like you're saying. Akushi, adani so kai kat hashit ao para hato hashit ao kit pada hosen. Ishi kat beishit tawid net only. Because adan kata you isha make sure you give your name again, even as thousand only. Because even as leader, and now they hadn't hajo. That details governor say about the details because Kudoira as a United States one Haniaki Dori Kunde any he didn't need. So the powers then go open, yeah. Ishipa Sahal Noshia Ishipa Point and now so they had it out on and down and cartoon because Carrero aid of now you and even now, then he said on his thousand, had his no Sunday, Christian father.
Yate, President, Chair. Oh, Yate, and Mr. I suppose this is Mr. Daniel. So, my name is.
Go ahead.
Shea Perry So. In Shia, although I am the school board vice president there at Isnas Mas. I'm attending the conference in Las Vegas. We've been here since Saturday and doing the National Indian Impact. Aja a funding even yakotari from with me and my board members from Red Mesa Unified School District. Done that on Monday and not on that no and I also got an invitation from the HESA. Yeah, even though there's a conference, I came out here to let it be known that there is a very big concern out there at Eastern Bus. Although I wrote that letter, I'm pretty sure that had circulated. Called I Eastern Bus. Although when even I didn't really have a choice. So our memo and I addressed that to my sister Charlene. So although you can't deal with though you can't deal with from the Hassa. Of course, there's intimidation that is going on, and I'm pretty sure they're probably listening in right now. Of course, that's probably the whole reason why you didn't have a signature on that complaint this morning. The question with and I need because they're being told that if anybody should step forward, they're going to be reprimanded. And the administrator cannot look on the board members. He cannot look on if anybody should have a complaint, that person will be recommended. Even I just last state, but still it's not right. Even I had no other choice but to draft up that letter. Although where you guys are giving us this time, this today to address our concern. But like I said, I don't think anybody's going to talk to you because they're afraid that they're going to be reprimanded. Now, this year, what are you? Because administrators, you're going to have people that's going to step up. You're going to have people that's going to talk. Because these people are and they're so intimidated, and they don't want to go look for a job elsewhere. What are you? Because I would strongly recommend that we have this meeting away from the public. We need to get to the bottom of this. And Nassau school board meeting they're going on 3 months now. And nobody talks about that. And you guys have my contacts on that email that I sent to my little sister Charlene, and I would welcome anybody for coming out and correspond with me how we can go forward from here. But I think the way you guys are going about it, you're not going to have anybody that's going to sign on this complaint because they don't want to lose their job. So if we could do something away from public, on this side, I think you guys are going to hear a lot because there is a lot going on. State. And then, like I said, I sure appreciate you guys taking the time out to address this concern on Chicago. Yeah, I want to share and I want to share that with you all. Out at all this.
Perry, you said you drafted a letter.
I sent out like 2 or 3 of those. I have signed it mine, but I have given room for the other board members to sign. But I wrote that letter just when the pandemic started. Even I couldn't make contact with the board members, so I should have signed Ishla. The other board members, we couldn't make that connection. So yeah, I signed mine.
Okay, because that's what is needed. A signed complaint to get it'll be easier for Dodie to get involved.
Okay, yeah. I have Derek's contact. I can send him a draft of my memo, so it'll be
Agustina, Nita, sir. You were standing up here. Oh.
guarantee your budget will go 100% as planned. Hence, even if the best man goes off script, there won't be any surprises with your registry. If your first dance is a little out of step, rest assured the delivery will be right on cue. And changing your mind on a gift is easy. Customize on showing Uncle Frank the open bar, on the other hand.
Ni so kia Robert, ya teo ni chakhensi kuroda ni kute ide chukuro be shara ti zero bikida do thala suda bahazan go beni nani ge nal so sa be ni so sa even na azo e tachele idu yodo kute idante de ada be khensi kuda eben ye ti so suda ni aha se ta na ho titne even na saban sa case to tala ni la jud ni ni ko Kusadata Adanana Gushi.
Construction
信你做家务的，那你就很自己多少那啥的。Go ahead and state your name for the record and then.
Senator. So, wants to stop, you hear it every day, article text. So, I have an open line to my community. I get texts every day. Okay. Most of you would know, when you get a new phone, everything gets reprogrammed. Those emails, I got the email. Text share over that. So, if I get something, you have to share. I don't know, mitigate. Come on, some case, so I thought was mitigate. On a scene over there. I named it such a Haiti. Starting social without this case. Finally, there's some honey chick. Breathe down. Kind of a complex. Out of the many energy and joy to me. So I don't say so much of the the old school demolition one detail. So my concern is a little huge. Go to docking, go to the medical appointment. A question to the Bible. They're left out of the loop. Quickie. So does it say I need what you need? I need it. But that's my business. On that case, there ever be an emergency? There is a case schedule data. No. Out of this is there's an emergency. When it should be shown what's it. What it is you about it. So I hope we're kind of jumping around, but maybe by the one stop. So there's some community members left out of the loop of construction planning here. So how this demolition is going to affect their daily life. Second issue, when you start basically $100. Hey, the Boston. We are stuck in. Out of the get, but it's not. And now, you have a different one. A bound between it. Yeah, the next is a little bit. Tiny. What I show you on the case and this photo of this case. So I just want a positive outcome for my constituents. I don't even know the Shiba people. On the shade, oxygen. Both sides. Just do the administration. Out of product. In there. So if I the ship on its way. So it's very brittle situation. It is not breaking. Come on, okay, so I don't know each other. I don't know what happened tonight. I had parents about it is not. Honey is not. 25 hours. So I hope I conveyed myself seriously. You don't need to have people.你说现在我看你，可能这种20年到边你这还最多就可能都能拿到一次了。我的他那是累拉着，我到那的心生，可以不那些。ban sa case to be khinti gida se bitsi lo ya ban si case so ba on sen la ajen nan da na chige ko ibn na che ela ben yen ashni na hot I ibn ye ibn ye sinil sa ko ben na ai si ti kro ha ti git out da la ot kha ge ko ta gi de da se khai sinil sa
Ani din nanit lini yanit kyo iran kita wil no bandi tae without di no da bukhad shi ko di without ein jona sada ben yait ini be khahin si ko bin na shi to resolution da to le na lat net to do jo ba no in khan ki ko resolution da be hadil yawe ko do banan ta yin ki do le na ko de ko ta ben na e تو دا سپاه زنون الصوص بيني الصوص بنات جبكون الصوص ما كين نخيت نلديك هذا اليالند دي كرونين جيت آشي آدو بجي خادة يلار الله تجي بخادة يلصاي بنات آسي تولت إيش ودان ساها كيشي شي نايد الصد أكو باي بنات أكون دت أوه تاو إين خنان تاتو بناشبان دي تيسا أكون هيتو نيل خشن نون هيتو نيل كل دو بيجي بخادة دي نو إذا أردت ناسبان نهدو تيسا دو بهنا إتزان إيدو ليل أكويدو كان خبان سوك نخبا خنوسن أكودا نين كيسو كدو دويدو خد إيدا دو ليل ديك آره بادا تو سيجم ناسبان سي كيسو إتا ني نهو تي خد آره بادا هنيتن دي بن ناس بيباندي تيسيكي باهتن تاتي كيدا بيجي كاي لا إبن ناسي باني تي دو ليل أكودا سارتا آره نانا
That related to the issue, the resolution was the resolution was approving the board to address concerns of the Navajo Council of Health regarding unreasonable conduct, questionable standards, members, educators, parents, and students. That was the resolution that was presented to us by our school board member, Terry Toad. So we also gave us a letter that you addressed back in March 23 of 2020 to the Health and Education Service Committee in regards to guidance on how to operate to those types of conduct. Since then, I think that year has passed, I'm sure those guidelines will how to address the issue right in school. So us being chapter officials and we had kind of like a hard time how to address not being a conflict of interest because we were to take a side, we would try to be one of our educators from the University of First gave us a guideline to say that we were supposed to education said to do with guidance. Unfortunately, with those things, when it's being said, there's no report being given, and no on those what we're hearing. However, it's being addressed, finally being heard, finally being action to you guys as a committee. Hope that this can be addressed fast and meeting. Because we do have children and educators that job or education for us to make a decision in regards to delicate souls and a champion of trying to get our attention to make sure we address it correctly. So with that, and the president did the whole of the whole thing. I wanted to say that we can set this up especially for our children.
Okay, so yeah, thank you. And it is true, you know, what you're saying, as far as the staff of the school and also the school board and the administration of the school. We just don't bring them all in because that's what they're afraid of, is that they're going to find out who's saying what. So we usually meet with the school board, the administration, and then the community members in executive session. Okay, to kaya ta hot lead out. Okay, na ya ta ape ya bespaha zunita ye hata hatsi. Ako ishida hotara te na ilneto litente. Ako ilneto ya di resolution ba yel higido di kona so ha se yida ba kha eben na se kwil na benel ne shido le. Ado kodo di ter ngan ya it a se ya kuche olthache o higido be kha da ne shige khas ke ne ebe kha ni nan shindel is. Ko she ada be hada si ta da na Então, eu já que desnido ali, ako ba chego in sentida, ako penache.
Mr. Chair Pro Tem, the gentleman states his name for the record, so we could get a copy of that resolution as
Okay.
In response to that, my name is Aaron Miller, Chapter Secretary Treasurer, and that has been a popular resolution, very little resolution as a learning property resolution. So we should have a title. I had to get with the school board member, so in regards to that resolution.
well, the chapter be considering such a resolution.
Considering, but I'll probably get with Aaron,
Okay. Ako si nito yanad nilsidane. So Kasi, dito kaya ako kudo siya o kung $6,000 to ito ko $8 tida pada bayan tigit up ko kasi ni sa daistan de bananta sa pada ol tagi agenda ni sa daistan ota de hado zi shi ta ti yui artist ne adik ya hatara ti ni ko e bazano asian ni cha hada dot so kodo ta Derek to e ajbanan shi yosen na so si bazano ni so go e national catholic ali so the ya but knows ni to ye hit kodo ne ni hot elan hit to ni ko iro ba hono sundo de ko ko di na sa ti ta no so the legislation that na khana ko ne te ho sa ta aj so ko bin na sa no o yon hini sa ko ko ban sis case ya ben ye inige ba ko ni ti kat ani na ho ti o e ka ala ko e ben ye in ko when that the she can now see net or less ko ado she ya ta dina so si je da khata ya do like secretary treasury khati to there's a resolution e da for that so the she bin na e so da ado ne da ado has ki ba ne ti do le adi inta ko do di kat now is a need cheap and as Nelda. So do Yashmoda. Juno and yet loud and yet and it low by 18 or the land of Yashmo you send that to because it so the psychology to that edit or let with that cheap and yet for the deals and so because but because I need Lengan so Kadeti comments from the community area. I look at old business and she don't let see the new business so then I look at it close of the meeting I don't know committee members, do you have any announcements? Announcements? Okay. If there is no announcement, our next meeting is tomorrow. That will be November the 8th. So, and with that, huh? Oh, okay. I was just reading it. Okay. Hey, but there is kind of Kashi close the meeting. Need a motion. Motion by Honorable Begay, second by, Honorable Brunel Alona, to adjourn the meeting. Can we have the roll call?
Honorable Paul Begay Junior.
Yeah, we got Paul McGee votes green.
Honorable Paul Begay Junior votes green. Honorable Pernell Halona.
Votes green.
Honorable Pernell Halona votes green. Honorable Carl Russell Slater.
Green.
Honorable Carl Russell Slater votes green. Honorable Charlene So.
I vote green.
Honorable Charlene So votes green. Honorable Daniel E. So. Madam Chair, vote of 4 in favor, 0 opposed, adjourned at 12:21 p.m.
Okay. Appreciate you guys, coming. You gave us a lot of, information that is really good. So, thousand go and now have a safe trip home.
Former Delegate Rithouse.
We lay over the mountain, and Chile, 4 inches, oh, you're not cases, lily, and a basket, the crime cannot on it and Hanya, so the former delegate, Mr. Red House. Leah, so do the Naka, the Dako, what is that? Now, and the delegate, they'll get out of that.